Yeah, I'm sure. Today we are cooking heavy metal cooking. Ah. Heavy metal fucking chili. First thing we gonna do is season our meat. If it works. Oh no!
Now I see why this freaking Wi-Fi camera is working. It's awesome. It's a new subscription for you.
Tickets are on sale for all night stand-up days. Beach Wade, Atlantic City, Niagara Falls, Mount Pleasant, Michigan, West Valley City, aka Sautéing City, Utah, Reno, Nevada, Anaheim, California, and Las Vegas. Selling out Orcas, stand-up comedy features, show, all tickets are at beach.com right now.
A little bit of salt, pepper, and then anything else you'd like. Hello. Today we are cooking chili. Chili. Go, gotta season the meat first. Got a little salt on there. Put a little black pepper. Want to have a lot of flavoring. Next, we're going to go with a little bit of any kind of like all seasoning Cajun brand. I like Tony's, the regular Tony's, not the bold Tony's. That's entirely too much. And I'm from Louisiana, I'm saying that. So just cover it up. Salt, pepper, Tony's. And we're going to put a little bit of just some roasted garlic. Roasted garlic. JJ Play 25, what's up, man? Happy birthday. I just did a shout out. Say what's up. Say happy birthday, JJ Play.
Dude, happy birthday, JJ!
Woohoo! There you go.
Woo!
A little bit of chili powder. Then some smoked paprika.
That's ooh.
Then we're gonna flip it over and do the other side the exact same way. Salt, pepper, Tony's, chili powder, and some paprika. Doesn't really matter what order, because we're gonna let it sit for a little while after this.
Hello there. This podcast is sponsored by
Dude, smoked paprika is the best. And you know what? I'm gonna show you something else that's way better than what I used to buy. Mexican oregano. If you're gonna use oregano, Mexican oregano is the shit. I like to have to look for everything every time I'm doing anything. And a little bit of paprika. There we go. Super seasoned. So it's going to kind of look like. I'm going to let that sit for a little while. Just kind of put it off to the side. Anybody else watching the Four Nations face-off tonight? U.S. and Canada. Let's go free bird. Free bird. Next thing, vegetables. One onion. I always kind of look at it as like a USA, like softball-sized onion. That's what I like to cook with. I don't know how many cups, how many whatever the hell. Softball size is what I go for here. Cut the ends off. Clean as I go, as much as I can. Chop it in half. Oops. Got my 2 halves. Get this outer skin layer off. On both. So put it all in there. So on my channel, I do all kinds of stuff. Play guitar, cook, whatever. I don't know. I really don't think we'll have an opening face-off one again because I think we have some injuries on the team. But if we did, all bets are off the entire game. I think it's going to be absolutely nuts if we have another opening face-off fight.
Oh yeah, they had like 2 or 3 back in the first 30 seconds.
3 and 9 seconds, I think it was. I would dice up these onions. I like my vegetable pieces a little bigger. It's however you like it. It really doesn't matter. Sliced, diced, chopped, minced, however you like it. I like my pieces bigger because I'm going to let it cook down for quite a while. Quite a while.
You should just set up the camera on top of the microwave and just let it film.
What? If I totally could. Thank you. We just bought this house not too long ago, and I loved it. My wife wanted to paint it all, but I said no way. This is the size of my onions. Fairly large, but that's just the way we like it. Next, bell pepper. I like to use contrasting colors. I really don't think the flavor changes much with any kind of other bell pepper or not. So we got green today. Again, a little bigger than a softball. Can anyone tell me if I can drink on YouTube Live? Is that okay? Is that a thing? Yes, painting that would be terrible. I agree, and I told her absolutely not. I think it is gorgeous. I love the wood paneling in this house. I don't want to ever change it, to be honest. Now, we did have to do a little alteration to the washroom because of a little pipe issue we had. So it was kind of hard to find something that matched, but we eventually did. Get my bell pepper cut up about the same size. And this whole time I got my meat with that seasoning in the microwave, just kind of getting up to room temperature, warming up a little bit, letting all that salt, pepper, seasoning, just kind of all mingle and say how do you do. Mm-hmm. Sweet.
Damn. That's okay, y'all.
Now you don't know what I'm drinking. It's covered up. Oh, we got. What's doing? I'm making some chili. That's what I'm doing. Well, I mean, are you supportive of your bandmate doing a solo project? Kind of sounds like it's a little not very much of a positive thing there. Like, are you guys still playing a band? Is it affecting y'all's band? I mean, if you can't go, you can't go, and if you don't want to go, you really shouldn't be hanging around with people that would expect you to go just because. I have some really good friends of mine who I play with that are out of town, and they'll come to play in my town sometimes. And I'll straight up tell them if I go, I go. I'm not trying to be a jerk. But I may not feel like it. I mean,
It happens.
oh well then, if you're sick, absolutely not. I do not. I don't do any sort of recreational drugs. I've worked in emergency response my whole life. So different types of chemical response and firefighting. It's just not been something I've ever done. I'm definitely a proponent for if it's something that makes your day better and can get you off of other medications. I do feel like that is something that someone should have the right to do. I do think it's healthier than a lot of other prescription type things, but I personally do not, and I cannot. Maybe one day. All my jobs have been DOT regulated, so I can't do anything like that. I do enjoy a beverage. So we got bell pepper and onion in there, and like I said, I'm from Louisiana, so celery. We call that the Cajun Trinity. I'm gonna cut up some celery, get all these little white pieces off, and put that on the inside. What that's gonna do, it's gonna help us give us a little bit of moisture content when we're cooking this down, but it's also gonna give it just I'm gonna call it a sweet taste. It's gonna give all your veggies and like your overall base flavors just something, just a little sweet. It's, you got your savory with your onions and bell peppers, and this is just gonna kind of give it a little bit of contrast. By the way, I have no idea what I'm talking about for cooking and things. This is something I've kind of taught myself over the last couple years. So you probably know a better way. If you do, awesome. But again, today we are making a chili. And after this, I have the special stuff. So what we're doing tonight is we're making American chili for the USA, Canada. Let's go, America. Free bird. So, before I forget, I'm going to sprinkle some of this dried garlic in here. I don't have any fresh garlic, so when I cook down my veggies, I want a little bit of garlic taste. So here's what's going to make my chili a little different. We grow peppers here. I've got tens and hundreds of thousands of Tabasco peppers, habaneros, all kinds of different kinds of peppers. We're going to put one fresh Tabasco. I'm just going to cut the stem off. And I'm going to put it in there whole with it open like that. It's going to go in. And here's where we get fruity. Maybe not fruity is not the best thing to say. Got some fresh off the vine, little lemon drop peppers. Well, it wouldn't surprise me. I'm super prone to accidents. But like I said, I'm a fireman. I'll talk you all through it. I'll explain how you guys can help me if I cut anything off. These lemon drops, I'm gonna do the same thing, cut the tips off. And here we go for here's where the fun begins. You know what that is? This is not a Reaper, actually. This is a Trinidad Scorpion, but it is fresh. We grow it ourselves, and I'm going to put a little piece of it. If I were to put this in the pot itself, it would be overwhelming, which is fun, and I like spice, but I have to, you know, make sure other people can eat it. So I'm going to do a little cross section like this. Gorgeous little pepper there. I'm going to put it right on top. I'm going to keep it whole, that way I can pick it out later. Because once you cook it down with this stuff in there, it's going to be super spicy. All right. So now we get to do the fun stuff. All right. Got my veggies ready. Let me show you what this looks like. Lots of nice veggies in there, ready to go. Chili peppers. And I'm going to get my meat out. And what I'm going to do, and you can argue with this if you'd like, it's whatever, I don't care, this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to cook down my vegetables first before I put my meat and brown it. Put a little bit of olive oil in my black pot, Put on a low medium. Don't you guys like my channel? Sometimes I'm playing guitar, sometimes I'm talking shit to people, sometimes I'm cooking. Just whatever I want to do. Hi to John Klausner. Oh, it's John. Oh, whoa. All right. So we got our meat still right here, but I'm gonna start cooking down some of these veggies first. Real aromatic. And the reason I'm going to do the vegetables first, a lot of people will say do your meat first and pull it out and then put it back in later after it cools down. I would rather just have this cook down a little bit, real aromatic, real flavorful. And when this is not quite all the way cooked down, I'm going to add my meat to it, let it absorb some of that, you know, mixed together goodness. My chili recipe is super simple, mainly because it's made up as I go most of the time. And usually the more I drink, the better it gets. So what are you guys listening to lately? What new albums while this preheats? Anything that come out decent lately? Some buddies of mine have a new EP coming out tomorrow. Phantom Sun with a U. Phantom Sun. It comes out tomorrow. It's really, really great. I love them. They're very like 90s alt grunge type style band. Super young guys. Love them. Should come out on all streaming services tomorrow. Yeah, that's about all I'm looking forward to. It takes a lot for me to actually try to find something new to listen to. I will listen to the same album from 15 years ago over and over and over again.
Like the first time you heard it.
Mm-hmm. So we got the pot heating up. No one got anything they're listening to lately or they're looking forward to coming out? Bussy. Getting nice and hot. I don't always use olive oil. I regretfully like to use vegetable oil a lot, especially if I'm making something like a gravy or a roux, but since I'm not really relying on my oil this time to really make anything with, other than to cook stuff down, I'm gonna go with olive oil. Throw them a little bone there.
What's the difference between
Well, I've found that like if I'm making a roux of vegetable oil, just a straight up pure vegetable, it makes a roux and a gravy so much better and so much easier. The olive oil it'll kind of start to deteriorate after a little while, especially like with this black pot, as hot as it gets, it doesn't hold up as well. But it is healthier for you, so I'm assuming it's healthier for you. It comes from olives. Make sure you got your trusty wooden spoon, guys. So yes, there is a scorpion pepper on top of all these vegetables. So I'm essentially going to mace myself as soon as I put it in for a few moments, but you just power through it. You power through it. When I know I'm going to cook something really good, I don't call it cooking. I don't let it simmer. I make love to it. Just make love to it for hours. All right, go up to about a medium. And we're going to start getting this cooked down.
Listen to that
Sizzle. Sipping on the sizzle. 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 Sipping on that sizzle. What's up, everybody that just joined? We are making chili. Chili. I want to hear about all the albums you're listening to right now, what you're looking forward to coming out, what do you like to cook, if you don't like to cook, whatever, something. So my veggies again, onions, a yellow onion, Vidalia onion if you have the choice, 3 stalks of celery, 1 green bell pepper, 2 lemon drop peppers from the garden, 1 Tabasco from the garden, and 1, there's that scorpion, and 1/2 of 1 Trinidad scorpion from our garden. And just cook it down. Cook it down. I hope it does make a delicious chili. Mr. Morales. I'm cooking it tonight for the hockey game. The hockey game tonight. I got a question for you, Mr. Morales. What kind of beans do you like in your chili? This is a touchy subject with people. I know this. What kind of beans do you like in your chili? Just keeping it moving. Keeping it moving. Keeping it loosey-goosey. Generally, the more I drink while I cook, the better the meal becomes. The more soul I'm giving it. We're just going to keep cooking this down. This is what it looks like right now. You know, it still looks pretty raw. Just going to keep kind of stirring it. I know everyone says the onions need to be translucent or whatever, however they like to describe it. I'm really terrible with instructions like that, so I just go until I feel like it's good, and I'll show you when that point is. And then I'll kind of move everything out of the way and get that ground meat in there. If you don't want to use ground beef, I recently made a really, really amazing chili a few weeks ago with turkey. Just 2 pounds of turkey. It was probably one of the best I've ever made, I think. It was excellent. I've mixed deer, pork, all kinds of stuff. But if you really want something a little bit different, if you have time to cook it down, put a little bit of smoked sausage in there, real thinly sliced, and let that kind of simmer in there with it, get real soft. Still cooking down. I can smell this scorpion assaulting the inside of my face right now. It is gnarly. Yes, sir. Oh look, I'm gonna use this one. I'm gonna change koozies to my weed eater koozie. So how many of you guys, oh man, wow, I'm macing myself over and over again every time I stick my face over it.
Wow, you can feel that.
Yes, you can feel it. It's called cooking with idiocy.
It's like making pepper spray.
It's essentially like making pepper spray. And my genius personality is sticking my face right over it.
Right in.
There it is. Got a nice half of a fresh scorpion pepper, Trinidad scorpion that we grow. Got 1 Tabasco, and I got 2 lemon drops in there. Now I'm gonna cook it down. I love the lemon drops. Lemon drops is kind of new to me. My supervisor at work actually had a bunch of plants, and he gave them to me. And that's one of my favorite peppers, at bar none now. Such a citrusy taste with it. A little bit of heat. It's not too bad. It's excellent to cook with, especially if you want something Latin.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of like a Latin style dish. Oh. And please, if you have never cooked with a super hot pepper, prepare yourself, or please look into having some sort of respirator if you need it, something like that, because if it's something that you've never experienced, you'll definitely have a real bad day real fast. Yeah, it's not, it ain't nothing like an onion, buddy. All right. So this is my color of my veggies right now. You know, kind of dulled down a little bit. The onions are just starting to kind of get a little translucent, kind of see-through. And now I'm gonna kind of split this pot in half. And I'm gonna put this ground meat in there. Let that brown down. Look at all that goodness. That goodness. Let it touch the bottom of that pot. Let that paprika do some work. A nice color to it. Does everybody love my knife holder? Check this out. Woof. Getting real aromatic now. Nice smoky stuff from the smoked paprika we're using. Now I'm going to mix in all those veggies as it starts to brown. The meat's still raw. Vegetables are about halfway cooked. But I'm going to let everybody just get to know each other in the pot. Just like they say on The Office. You undercook the onions so everybody just gets to know each other inside the pot. Danny, I am cooking chili. Not only am I cooking chili, but I am cooking chili with a few homegrown super hot peppers. I have 1 fresh Tabasco, 1 fresh Trinidad Scorpion, 1/2 of a Trinidad Scorpion, and 2 full lemon drop peppers. Right now we're browning our ground meat. Got the veggies in there, 1 onion, 3 pieces of celery, 1 bell pepper, and some roasted garlic on top. Letting everybody get to know each other in the pot. It is going to be spicy, but you know what? We're celebrating tonight. You know why, Danny? Because USA is playing Canada in the Four Nations face-off. Championship game, buddy. Pew, 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 pew. So if you guys have never seen anything that I've done online, I mainly play guitar. I'll do lives. I post tab videos, guitar how-tos. And you know what? I like cooking too. So you know what? You're going to see cooking videos now. Not exclusively, but some. Daddy needs a second income. So hit that subscribe button, boys and girls. But no, I really have developed a passion for cooking. I'm from Louisiana, so like rice and gravies and gumbos and etouffees and all kind of stuff like that. I've kind of taught myself how to do it. And you know what? I've never done a video like this. I've never done anything like this. I've never talked through the entire time I've cooked before. But you know what I have done? I've drank. An unidentified beverage. Here's my koozie from the band Weed Eater. Yes, Weed Eater. So what we're going to do is we're going to let this get real nice, kind of broken up, rendered down a little bit, and as brown as possible. I'm not going to like char it. There might be a little pink left because I'm going to let it simmer for a while. It's going to be all be cooked. It's fine. It's no big deal. I did leave the half of Scorpion fully intact. I didn't chop that one up because I want to be able to pick that out if I so choose later. But I promise you, you will be able to taste it. I was basically macing myself earlier. So, what is you guys' favorite drinks while you cook? Well, what is it? Generally, if I have a choice, I am a blended Scotch guy. Some Johnny Walker, some Black or Blue Label. And you know what? Sometimes my pocketbook doesn't always say I can have that, you know what I'm saying? This nice and minced up. Look at that. See that? It's a pepper. It's a pepper. Whoop. No, I don't have a tripod either, so. All right, boys and girls. Now we're going to start the fun part. Got this kind of cooked down. I'm going to go down to about a really low setting, like a 2 on my double burner. And I'm going to start adding my chili stuff. So I'm going to start with two 8-ounce cans of tomato sauce. Any kind you like. Just pour it right on top. We're going to start to cool that whole thing down. 1. 2. All right, then I'm gonna fill each one of these up with a little bit of water, add a little bit of water content to it, kind of get everything else that's on that little can into the pot. So some water. Some more water. All right, give that a little stir. Now we have something oddly reminiscent of chili, at least. It kind of looks like chili. And I do like to add a can of Rotel. Sue me. Right on top. All right. So this is what we're looking like right now. We give this a little stir. Not super enticing yet, but you know what? It's coming along. So, let's get in there. So, kind of beans I like, ranch style beans with the jalapeno. Jalapeno.
They came with jalapeno.
Yes, they do, my good sir. Pour all of it in the pots. Juice all, everything.
Dude, I feel like I'm right there with you.
Wow, it's so weird. Oh. Getting that stirred up. All right. Here's where people are going to get angry at me. First, I'm going to add a little bit of salt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's good enough for me. This is a pretty large pot. Don't judge me on the amount of salt I've added. A little bit of black pepper. Again, I'm going to let this sit for a while. We're in Louisiana, so a little bit of Tony's. Just cover that top a little bit. A light dusting. Now, some Mexican oregano. No. It's okay. You're of Mexican descent, John. Just a little hint of basil. A little bit of basil. Some of that roasted garlic. Roasted garlic. A little bit of cumano. Just a little pinch of cumano. Maybe my definition of pinch is different than yours. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Now, chili powder. Basically, my rule of thumb for when I add chili powder is I want to darken up the entire pot at least quite a bit. So I'm going to add quite a bit. So let me show you how I'm going to start. This is what it looks like before. And I'm going to add quite a bit. This is just straight up chili powder, whatever your favorite brand is. I kind of like to cover the top. Give it a little bit, give it a stir. And I want to see that entire pot kind of darken up. You see that? We've already gotten fancier. Do you like that? And that's not quite dark enough for me. It's not. So we're going to go ahead and probably add the rest of this. I know it seems like a lot, but it's going to give you that real bite, that chili bite. It's definitely darker than when we started. Am I right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dang it.
Yeah, and I got a nice chili powder smell coming out. And what we're going to do with that is we're going to stir it around, let it go. We're going to put it on single burner, like a 1 or a 2. 1 or 2. And you know what we're going to do with it? And see you at puck drop. I'm going to let everyone know how it is. Thank you very much.